Hello everyone and welcome to another timeless video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Genesis Nexus of Fate in timeless format. So I'm back to Wilderness Reclamation, although it's not a deck that I really want to play just because of the little nuances that you have to micro with the Wilderness Reclamation, such as putting an end step every single time if you want to float mana with the Wilderness Reclamation. But I really wanted to check out this new card from Modern Horizons 3 called Planar Genesis. So this card is very much like another card called Growth Spiral, except this one on the other hand lets you look at the top 4 cards and put a land onto the battlefield tapped. And if you don't, you can also put a card from among them into your hand as well, which is really cool. So the benefit of Planar Genesis is you don't have to play obnoxious amount of lands in the deck because Growth Spiral can only draw you a single card, which means either that has to be a land if you really want to ramp, or you have to have a land available in your hand. So that card kind of forces your deck to have a lot of lands. But Planar Genesis, you can still play this card in a deck with a relatively low land count. So we're playing only 22 lands in the deck, and one of them being a Sink into Stupor as well, which is another new Modern Horizons 3 card. So we're sneaking in additional spell amongst our land base here, which is kind of cool. And we're also playing 4 Cups of Brainstorm as well, so along with Planar Genesis and Brainstorm, we should be really good to go in terms of getting a land drop every single turn. And because we are playing 3 Cups of Planar Genesis with 4 Cups of Mana Drain, that is going to ramp us into Wilderness Reclamation early. And as for extra turn spells, we are playing 3 copies of Nexus of Fate, but we're also playing 2 copies of Orym's Chant as well. What's really cool about the Orym's Chant is you can use this as a fog effect if opponent already has a lot of cards on the battlefield. But you could also do something like this by using the Divine Purge on your turn, and then you can Orym's Chant on opponent's turn, and now they can't play any cards, and then your turn comes back in, and then you can escape Uro, or you can even play Oko onto the battlefield. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Timeless Special 3 to show you guys how the deck does, so let's hop on over. Alright, let's try this out. I think I'm just gonna brainstorm. Maybe not. We'll see. It's either gonna be like Surveil or... Okay, okay, so it's a Mardu, so they could have an Orcish Bowmaster. I might just be surveilling. A Johnny.
May our axes strike as one.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna be surveilling with the mana drain up. Ooh, Orym's Chant. That's actually sick. I could just Orym's Chant here. Take 3 less damage. But they could have an Orcish Bowmaster. Okay, let's just mana drain this. I'll like Orym's Chant next turn. Ooh, Divine Purge. Double Orym's Chant. I think I grab a forest or something. No. I have to grab a white source, right? I think I'm just going to Orym's Chant. And this card is sick. What a card. So I can go Orm's Chant again. Let's grab a mana drain. Let us Divine Purge. Oh no! I thought I had one more white mana for some reason. Oh, that's super my bad. That was my bad. I thought I was gonna be able to Orm's Chant again here. Yeah, that's my bad.
Where shall we hunt today?
Whoops.
Walk with me, sing with me. I will enlighten you.
Yeah, I made a mistake here. We gotta find something fast. Is Wilderness Reclamation even good at this point? I'm not even sure.
Let's broaden your existence.
Static Prison. What did they get back? Like getting back on Amped Raptor, that's like whatever. Is this good? It does like, it deals 2 damage.
Where my quarry can hide. More join our cause.
So, what can we get? Divine Purge? Doesn't really do anything. Might have misplayed this game, 100%. I have 6 mana. Oh, I have more mana.
Evil thrives unchecked.
Yeah, I definitely misused the Orange Chant, I feel like.
Fine, remain blind.
Another Static Prison. We need to get Memory Deluge or something. We don't have any, like, good cards. Where are the good cards at? I might just actually just take another, like... Should I take a Brainstorm or Planar Genesis? I guess this actually looks at more cards, technically. Right? Yeah, I don't know what went wrong this game. I mean, I guess opponent having double Static Prison kind of hurt as well.
It's not perfect, but we have peace.
Not having an Uro. Only have 5 mana. Guess I have to kill this now because they can just get back a static prison. Actually, I think the turning point was me misplaying the Divine Purge with Orm's Chant. That's probably where it went wrong. Yeah, I do think that's where it kind of went wrong. I thought I had one more white source for some reason. Or maybe I tapped it wrong? Okay, we got a Memory Deluge, which is good. Might just be dead here, though. Divine Purge and Nexus. Can I live? That's the question here. Can I live here? Even if I get the next like Wilderness Reclamation down. I mean, I guess we are still like technically like quote unquote buying time. That is if I'm not dead here. Okay, I'm dead. I guess I should have just gone Divine Purge instead of an Orm's Chant. I think that's probably where I played wrong there. Let's just cut some Nexus of Fate because the card is just way too slow. What else am I cutting? Maybe even some Brainstorms. Planar Genesis? I can't cut Memory Deluge, it's just too good with the Wilderness Reclamation. Maybe it is Orm's Chant. I was kind of using it as like a fog effect, but it didn't really work out. Yeah, I'm gonna cut another Nexus of Fate. I mean, to be fair, if they didn't have 2 static prisons in their hand, we might actually could have had a shot. Yeah. Okay, Uro in the graveyard, that's good. I do think we just need these lands anyways. So I think I'm just going to bottom maybe something like March and another Brainstorm. So I think I'm just going to be Stern Scolding here. Unlicensed Hearse. Okay, then I'm just going to be drawing the March then. If that's the case. I still have one more Uro. Should I just draw this Brainstorm? The problem is, I actually don't have another blue source. I think I'm just gonna be doing this. I think I'm just gonna mana drain this Orcish Bowmaster so we can land a Wilderness Reclamation. No Bowmasters. What is their hand? Kind of peculiar. I do wonder, like, do I just jam this in? Do I just jam that in? I mean, it's a clean board, so why not, right? The fact that we drew a plain and a forest is really bad. So we can't even Snapcaster Mage. That's good to know. That's a great card to get. Okay, we need to draw a blue source pronto. Okay. Fair enough. We still got Stern Scolding, so it's not like the end of the world. So what we want to do is Stern Scolding, crack the Soul Guide Lantern, and we should be good. Nice. Now we got all the mana that we need. Another Amped Raptor. So even if I counter this, they can just get it back. Maybe I should just give them this. That is probably a card that we should probably get rid of. And then if they play the Loris, crack the Soul Guy Lantern, and then we Solitude the Loris away. Got another mana drain. So we can just go Solitude on the Ocelot Pride, hold up a mana drain. Is 3 Cups of Memory Deluge not enough? I feel like we are kind of like... I don't know. It feels like it's not enough. Right? It does kind of feel that way. Sync. I mean, I'll just grab another mana drain, right? What an exciting game. Nice.
The brambles of truth twirl and curl, choking out lies.
Let's say if the Ajani sticks. If the Ajani sticks, I don't have another... Oh, man, these plains and forest, man. They are killing me right now. Then they have to play the Loris. I guess we just exile everything if they try to play Loris here.
Oh, loyalty is fickle and fragile.
Hey, we got the Soul Guy Lantern back. I'm not sure how good Planar Genesis is. Like, it's certainly, like, not the worst from what I've seen, but it's not the greatest I've seen. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the only reason why this match was a bit difficult was because I drew Plain in a forest. I'm going second this time, so I'm gonna have Worm's Chant. Just for, like, additional, like, fog effect. Yeah, we haven't drawn Memory Lelouch, huh? Feels kind of awful not having, like, ways to refuel with the Wilderness Reclamation. Could be a reason to go up to 4 copies. Maybe Snapcaster Mage is just not it. Whoa. Could be a throw by doing this, but I like everything else. I'm gonna grab a green source, spell snare into March. I mean, hopefully I draw land. That's not a top land here. Maybe I go this. Oko. I need a land, right? I play the tap land so I can play March. Okay, so they're gonna get rid of our Wilderness Reclamation. Kind of surprising. They really wanted to land that. Orem's Chant top deck would have been actually so sick there. Disruptor Flute on Wilderness Reclamation. Is that even good? Or maybe Uro? Uro's about to come out, so... Okay, so that's actually a good sign. So this is not a static prison. That is not a static prison. No, thank you. Should I get back anything? Maybe a March? Or a Spell Snare? Spell Snare. Oh my goodness. What are you doing there? Thank you very much. What a good card this is. That's why I have a copy of a Wrath of the Skies. My opponent banned the Oscillate Pride. Huh. Wow, what a value. What a value there. Let's say I Wrath of the Skies. What happens? They get to land Loris? Let's say I do it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 7 mana. I can go Memory Deluge. Is that good? Or should I just hold up the problem with me not playing the Wrath of the Skies here is the fact that they play Thoughtseize. If I get this Thoughtseize away, it's so bad for me. And like, if I use the Wrath of the Skies, right? They're just gonna use the energy on the Unstable Amulet. That's also bad for me. It's like a lose-lose situation. I don't know. Okay, nice. Maybe it's time to memory the Wrath of the Skies. Because I got a Memory Deluge, so I can look for like a counter spell. So what my opponent's trying to do is they're trying to fire off the Galvanic Discharge on their own Orcish Bowmaster. Stern Scolding. And a Spell Snare. Perfect. I think we won. We can Stern Scolding on the Loris. Save the Spell Snare for a Nicen's Hearse. I think that should be game. Oh, okay, that's perfect. My 1-up Nexus of Fate, by the way. So close to winning. Another Nexus of Fate. One copy, by the way. Funny enough. GG's. That was a long game. That was a very tough game. Okay. Man, if this was not a tap land, maybe I could have even gone Orim's Chant on turn 1 into Mana Drain into Wilderness Reclamation. But because I played these dumb Surveil lands, you know? It's gotta be like this. Opponent, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why is there a Ragavan on the battlefield? Ah, boy. No, my Divine Purge! My Divine Purge! That's so good. Oh my god, I keep running into this problem. Do you see the problem here? We don't have a third white source, so I can't go Divine Purge into Orim's Chant. I keep running into this problem, which is not good. What happens if a Mana Drain counters 3 mana Guide of Souls?
Teamwork triumphs.
They can't play anything, they can't attack here. So we have triple island, we just need Mystic Sanctuary to get back something like a Divine Purge. Wrath of the Skies. Is it Wrath of the Skies or Uro? I guess it's Wrath of the Skies. Nice. That's actually perfect. So, do I get back a Divine Purge or what? Or should I just go Breeding Pool now? So I have a second source. Let's just go Mystic Sanctuary. Probably for the better. I could even go Orim's Chant here. Let's just put this on top for now. Okay, my game just passed immediately without letting me tap this, so I couldn't Memory Deluge in response. That's always fun. That's always fun. Yeah, I was able to memory the loot here, but because the game decided that I can't, feels bad. Yeah, that's my biggest problem with the Wilderness Reclamation is it requires too much micro. You have to put a stop at the end stop every single time. Otherwise, you know, it's not gonna work. They're gonna have some Blood Moon. They're playing Giganta with the Arena of Glory. Most likely they're just going to get some Blood Moons out. We're gonna need some March for that. Teferi is also kind of nice. We're gonna want some Spell Snares and Stern Scolding. How do we sideboard? Maybe cut some Oko, copy of a Planar Genesis, cut 2 copies of Nexus of Fate. The reason why I want to bring the Teferi is because of Blood Moon, but surely we're not gonna get Blood Moon, right? Wrath of the Skies. This hand is... I don't know about this hand. Maybe we're running too many tap lands. Okay, maybe not. We have the perfect mana base. So my opponent just drew that. Leave that Brainstorm up top. Okay. They're gone. Looks pretty good. We got a ramp into Wilderness Reclamation here. Could be greedy, but I'm keeping it. Polluted Delta. Could be an Omnitel. I'm guessing it's an Omnitel. No, it's Reanimate. Nice. Orem's Chant. So I don't need Wrath of the Skies against this deck. Probably not Orem's Chant. I think the auto tapper tapped it wrong. It tapped my green source when I was casting the Brainstorm. So now I had to grab the Breeding Pool, which is kind of bad, you know? Spell Snare. I think I just want more lands at the moment. Don't think I want any of those right now. Hello, deck? Nice. Is that nice, actually? I mean, I'm buying turns, so... 1, 2, 3, 4... The problem is if they also have a mana drain. So I guess I should just pass. Because I don't want to practice at the moment. Oh no, but this one is I can't grab Mystic Sanctuary with this. So I should probably just Surveil. 5, 6, 7, and I still have mana for mana drain. Depends on if they have like double mana drain though. That is excellent. Really? What? People usually counter the escape, not the other way around. Really unfortunate that we actually don't have another blue source for this Uro here. I think I'm just going to fire this Nexus of Fate out. And if they want to mana drain this, we'll just if we can mana drain this, this is good. Ooh, Spell Pierce. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of cards out of the way. Okay, we're gonna let that through. Is this a dredge deck? Because why are they playing Flare of Denial? We need one land. Nice. That's really good. So we'll go blue, 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 blue. Untap. Play the Memory Deluge. We're gonna grab a land. So we can go Uro into Mana Drain. Maybe I should have thought about Flare of Denial, like potential Flare of Denial happening. So like I should have actually gotten rid of the Philology Archaeologist. Double Nexus. Where are my lands at though? Yeah, where's my land? I guess I don't need lands anymore because I lost my mana drain. What is this? Put a stop. This does not matter, right? Yeah. I guess if they want to like spell pierce this, that's... I guess we can't play Uro here. That does not work, my friend. Oh, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to use Flare of Denial. That is so costly, by the way. It's actually kind of crazy. It does actually make our Nexus of Fate really bad. Oh my god. We just can't find our land. You know, I also thought about playing Subtlety in this deck because we have things like Nexus of Fate. Bowmaster. Let's get rid of it. We knew they had a Spell Pierce from previous Philology Archaeologist. Ooh, that's good. Let's grab a Mana Drain.
Walk with me, sing with me. I will enlighten you.
Okay. Game 2. Let's have some Teferi. And Teferi plus Orem's Chant. I'm trying to land things like Wilderness Reclamation, Teferi with the Orem's Chant here. So this deck probably plays... Is it a Reanimator? Because why else? Why are they playing Philology Archaeologist? Are they only playing this card because it combos very well with the Flare of Denial? In which case, I think that's actually pretty cool. Let's have a copy of a Soul Guide Lantern, 2 copies of Veil of Summer, bring in a copy of a Spell Snare. I'll play a copy of a Stern Scolding. I want these out. Nexus is good, I think, in this matchup. Wrath out. Am I cutting Brainstorm again? Like, I've been cutting Brainstorm a lot. There's just too many good cards. I think I'm gonna try something like this. Nice. Okay, looks like Thoughtseize coming out. And they're probably going to take Wilderness Reclamation. It could potentially be a mana drain as well. Okay, so they got a 0 mana counter spell. Which is kind of sick what they did. Another mana drain. Sure. Gonna fire it off now because there could be Orcish Bowmasters in their hand. Nice, we found a land. So I think the idea is to kill the Philology Archaeologist on opponent's turn. And we get a Teferi down. I mean, that's pretty tempting. Yeah, it's really weird that I have to actually march the Philology Archaeologist. Like, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I kind of like their deck. Yeah, I think I kind of like their deck. I have to march the Philology Archaeologist here, right? And then leave up a mana drain. Imagine if I had a land and I could play the Oko here. That's actually insane. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, is it Wilderness Reclamation or is it Oko? Or is it Teferi? Maybe it's actually Teferi.
Let's slow this down.
Okay, they just surrender instantly. Like, Teferi, I'm out of here. Okay, so we played some games today. We went 4-0 with this deck. Bit surprising. A lot of Boros energy, by the way. We played 3 Boros energy. Was it Boros energy, Mardu energy, 2 Boros energy into... Oh yeah, it was like the mere tempo deck. That was actually trying something really cool, by the way. So I'm gonna actually steal that idea, since what they were doing it was actually really cool. So this deck we're playing 22 lands. One of the lands is actually Sink into Stupor. I do kind of want to play 23 if I could, like maybe even, you know, 2 copies of Sink into Stupor. That'll put this deck at 23 lands. You could even cut a copy of a Nexus of Fate if you want to, because Nexus of Fate is in this deck is kind of a luxury. It's not how we win the game, but it's something that we could use to leverage a win. So it's not a pure combo deck, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So Wilderness Reclamation is still kind of pretty bad to play with because you have to put an end stop every single time. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to float mana. So that still feels pretty bad, but it's just a really good card, I feel like, if you're splashing green, especially if you're trying to do like draw go action. I think Wilderness Reclamation just fits really, really well in the green theme because the card is just kind of busted if you ramp into using Mana Drain. That's another thing that we're doing here is that we're using the Planar Genesis to also ramp into Wilderness Reclamation. This card, you know, basically a better, whatchamacallit, Bro Spiral. Since this can look at the top 4 cards into putting a land onto the battlefield. This helped me find the Divine Purge or Wrath of the Skies multiple times, so yeah, this card is actually really good. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any slots. I don't think we can go up to 4 copies. I just don't see anything that I want to cut. And you could say maybe like Orm's Chance kind of out of place, but there were a lot of times when this actually came in handy. This card is actually kind of nuts. Like, it's especially against aggro decks, like it buys you a turn at early times. Like you could go Divine Purge into Orm's Chant to set up a Oko the following turn without any cards on the board. Or you can go like after sideboarding. Let's say you're playing against a control deck, and then you can go like Orm's Chant. Do they counter this? They have to. It feels kind of bad countering on Orm's Chant, because countering this is like a lose-lose situation, right? If you only have one counter spell sitting in your hand, you can't counter this. But if you don't counter it, Oko's gonna come out, Teferi's gonna come out from the sideboard. So yeah, it's just a kind of a lose-lose situation. Like, this card is just kind of nuts. Obviously, it can become a little bit clunky if you play too many copies of it. And I think this card is probably one of the easier cards to misuse. Like, especially like in match 1, where I misused Orm's Chant and I lost the game because of it. So yeah, this card has a lot of applications. It's definitely being underplayed, but it's definitely not a card you can just slot into any deck you want. It kind of fits in this theme because we're trying to take extra turns, right? So along with Nexus Fate and Orm's Chant, this is like 5 copies of extra turns. And because there's a lot of Boros energy at the moment, like normally I wouldn't do this. Like 4 copies of main board wipe, that's not something that I would do normally, but as you can see, I just played against 4 energy decks. So we have less direct removal spells as a result. We only have 2 copies of Swords and 1 copy of March. And instead, we have 4 copies of board wipes. Otherwise, I think what I would do is like just play like, you know, 2 copies of board wipe and just have 4 copies of Swords, right? And I think just Spell Snare is just generically good. The reason for 1 copy of March is because Boros Energy also plays a lot of artifacts and enchantments. Like, especially like, let's say you get your Oko Static Present, you can March. If you see like maybe main board Blood Moon, that's something you can March as well. So this is a very, very flexible card. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.